Whose chopper is this?
Zed's.
Who's Zed?
Zed's dead, baby. Zed's dead.
Pulp Fiction epitomizes the rule of cool. The style is the substance, and it's gotten a bit of heat for that. In fact, it's gotten a bit of heat for a lot of things, including its gratuitous use of a certain racial slur. In fact, this movie is one of the most reviewed films on YouTube, and despite being relatively low on its top 250 list, it has one of the highest amount of reviews on the entire Letterboxd movie site. People love to talk about this movie, to intellectualize it, to write philosophical diatribe on it. Let's talk about why. This is the cycle of art. In short, this movie is a love letter to and draws inspiration from the style of pulp magazines, characterized by sensationalized crime stories with exaggerated characters and dialogue. The basic storyline follows three threads that all interweave with each other, and primarily it's set on the redemption arc of two of its main characters, Jules
my vengeance upon thee. Die, you motherfucker!
and Butch. Through its lengthy and overwritten tellings of these arcs, it hypnotizes you through nothing conversations that exposition the ego and worldview of the characters involved.
Don't be telling me about foot massages. I'm the foot master.
You giving a lot of them?
Shit, yeah. Got my technique down and everything. I don't be tickling or nothing. Motherfucker do that shit to me, he better paralyze my ass, because I kill a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't saying it's right, but you saying a foot massage don't mean nothing. I'm saying it does. And look, I given 1 million ladies 1 million foot massages, and they all meant something. We act like they don't, but they do. I mean, that's what's so fucking cool about them. There's a sensuous thing going on where you know, you don't talk about it, but you know it, she knows it. Marcellus knew it. And Antoine should have better known better. You know what I'm saying?
It's an interesting point. Come on, let's get into character.
Which give weight to the action that either precedes or proceeds the diatribe. Marcellus Wallace is an underworld kingpin of LA crime, and his wife, Mia Wallace, is an actor who had her proverbial 15 minutes on a TV pilot that didn't fly. Vincent and Jules are Wallace's oddly philosophical and thoughtful muscle, and Butch is the hard-headed aging boxer who refused to take a dive on his last fight that Wallace had a lot of money riding on. The nothing conversations lull you into feeling like you're at the diner table with a couple of crazed robbers who come off as wannabe natural-born killers, or in the hallway with hardened yet pensive hitman waxing poetic on the real meaning of a foot rub, or in the front of the cab with a bloody boxer on the run and a Colombian cabbie driver. The tension is built in the sharpened dialogue Tarantino would become known for, built on the backs of the coolest actors Hollywood has to offer, not on the grotesque and honest action sequences that follow. Those are merely the consequence. This is what the film offers. Regardless of whether you love it or hate it, if you've rewatched it 20 times or you fell asleep before the part where Uma Thurman's character has a syringe sticking out of her chest.
All right, please hurry up, man. Okay, hurry up. Here, I'll tell you what to do.
No, man. I ain't give you're gonna give it a shot.
No, you're gonna give it a shot.
I ain't giving her the shot.
I never done this
Yeah,
before.
I ain't never done it before either, all right?
I ain't starting now. Look, you brought her here, and that means that you're gonna give her the shot. The day that I bring an OD and bitch to your house, then I give her the shot. Give her the shot. You gotta bring the needle down in a stabbing motion.
I gotta stab her 3 times.
No, you don't gotta stab her 3 times. You just gotta stab her once, but it's gotta be hard enough to get through her breastplate into her heart.
Kill her? I mean,
no, she's supposed to come out of it like that. It's...
All right, count to 3.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3!
And it's why this film, with an $8.5 million shooting budget, would make over 25 times that worldwide. That wasn't just a smash hit in 1994, that was a paradigm shift. It's also why it won the Palme d'Or Award at Cannes, have 7 nominations at the Academy Awards, including winning Best Screenplay, and even have a little bit of a credit snub snafu at the Oscars. And it stood as the basis for several of our favorite actors and would propel Tarantino onto the minds of moviegoers for over 30 years. It's more than earned its staying power in the zeitgeist of film the world over. It's also why film schools would talk about and over-intellectualize the decision-making and craft of the film and its intricacies, and why it would help propel the continued onslaught of Mumblecore films in the mid-90s through the aughts, and underline the staying power of non-linear editing for movies like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind and 500 Days of Summer. It would give credence to the minimally plotted but well-directed and acted movies like Free Fire, and even inspired direct rip-offs. Movies like Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead, 2 Days in the Valley, Truth or Consequences NM, Boondock Saints, and Go all would attempt, some very successfully, to copy or pull as much inspiration from Pulp Fiction as humanly possible, spinning off a flavor of film that filmmakers well into the 2010s and even now would call upon as an archetype of film, if not its own genre.
It wasn't that they were just trying to do Pulp Fiction or Reservoir Dogs. They were trying to exist in the same subgenre of crime film that I had created. That it wasn't they were doing just Reservoir Dogs or Pulp Fiction ripoffs. I'd created a subgenre in gangster films that did not exist before, and they were trying to fill that subgenre.
Miramax property contains no Ben Affleck or Matt Damon. Also Miramax. Dictionary reading. Also, come on, QT, get the f*** out of here with your...
The film would finally settle and cement itself into the permanent zeitgeist as YouTube content creators would write essays on what it's trying to say, what's in the briefcase, its liberal use of a certain racial slur, among many other things. Many armchair film critics would attempt to dissect the ontology of its main characters like Jules and Marcellus in an attempt to pull more from the film than anyone who'd even made the film had even thought about. Where it sits now, standing upright among the rest of its cohorts, is one of the most talked about, praised, hated, and copied films of all time.
Film people, the one thing they have is their opinion. And they have spent years defining their opinion. So you put them in a room and say, well, what would you do? Well, it's about time you asked me. The term in Hollywood is he who has the strongest point of view in the room wins.
Yeah.
The maverick artist who only can hear the sound of his own voice, he definitely has the strongest point of view.
Love him or hate him, one thing that can be learned from Tarantino that I think applies to art unilaterally. The art we create is our truth, and you can't be told by someone else what your truth is. I think he lives that authentically, for better or worse, and it's why he's successful. It's why any artist we care about is successful. And I think that's really the rule of cool. Thanks for watching.